rested about 25 minutes from 9 to 9:30 here. Now it's time to go up this beast of a climb. Supposed to take about 2 hours of climbing. Hey, welcome back. If you're still with me, I wanted to say we're right here at this, if you look at the screen, at this little area before you start your climb. We rested and now we're heading up. If you're still with me, I appreciate it. Sorry I had to make the video 2 parts. I wish I could have put it all into one, but it would have been like 30 minutes long. So I figured I'd give you a clip getting to the resting point, and part 2 would be getting to Jomon Sugi. So to keep it all within like a 10 to 15 minute video, I split it up. So sit back and enjoy as we hike to the summit to see the 5,000-year-old tree. If you like the longer video format, 25 minutes versus putting it in 2 parts, let me know in the comments down below. I really would like to know what you're thinking so I can bring you better content in future hikes. Ah, this is so nice. Nice. There are a few facilities on the way as you venture down the train tracks, but once you start your climb, there are no facilities on the climb. I brought 3 liters of water with me and I use all of it. Luckily, there's water streams coming from the top of the mountain, so if you're not opposed to drinking stream water from the mountain, then you'll be fine. If you have a life straw, that's even better. Oh yeah. Is it slimy? Oh, it's dry. Here we arrive at Wilson's Stump, which is the hollowed out remains of a giant cedar that fell nearly 300 years ago. When you stand in the right spot and you look up, you can see what resembles a heart-shaped opening. Everyone was taking pictures of this. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, let's go that way. All right. The nature on this hike was so amazing. Like, many of the trees were growing in different formations and colors, and some of these ones that look wet were actually dry. And so I was surprised when I reached down to touch something that looked slimy, and it wasn't. It was actually pretty dry. It just had a shiny look. We found this little rock. We sat, had water, a snack, and saw some of the people that we were passing back and forth. They would pass us, we would pass them every time we would take a break, and we kind of developed a little friendship with them all. Here we pass Sugi, which is not the oldest living tree, but is the largest cedar tree on the island in Japan. If you don't hire a tour guide, you can hike near a loud talking tour guide and get lots of information. That's if you understand Japanese. As I mentioned in the last video that the wood you're walking on the railroad tracks is slippery, the same goes for the stairs and walk paths that they've created on the hike up to Jomon Sugi. Very slippery. There's a lot of moss on the rocks. Some of the terrain you must cross. So I would just recommend some really good hiking shoes. Be careful when you're selecting your soles, so that way you can have a good contact with the ground. Konnichiwa again. Going to the top?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Nagoya. How about you guys? Tokyo? Oh, cool. Here, about 5 hours into the hike, we started to get very close to Jomon Sugi. I was kind of thinking it was about 10 to 15 more minutes, and it kind of snuck up on us by surprise. We came to a staircase with a lot of people, and thought we had a little bit more distance. I thought we had a lot more distance to go. I want to say, a little bit longer. And before I knew it, we were standing there facing Jomon Sugi and with all its greatness. And we looked up and got a chance to see a 5,000-year-old tree, estimated as old as 7,000 years by some other different geological studies. So it was really cool. And we just relaxed there at the top for a while, enjoyed the atmosphere and the environment. This is so deep into the forest. So on this path back, which is exactly the same path you take on your way there, we encountered several different monkey. How should I say it? We had several different monkey encounters. One, two, at least three. One from afar, or two from afar, and one from up close, very close. And it was really cool because a few times as we were hiking down, we heard them scream or do their yell, and we hadn't really seen them except for once on the way up the trail or up to Jomon Sugi. So it was kind of cool that they graced us with their presence on the way down, on the way back from the hike, from the tree. So yeah, take a look here. A couple of times we had the close encounters, which were really cool. We didn't feed the monkeys or do anything crazy. We just kind of just observed them, watched them in their natural habitat, and just kind of enjoyed, seeing them do their thing. And then then the next day, we actually ran across a whole family, or maybe a couple of different families, which will be in the next video, which consists of an island tour around the different waterfall areas of Yakushima Island. You hear the monkey? You have to hear that. Here is where we had one of our most closest encounters. This is near one of the oldest towns in Yakushima, which no longer exists. In this courtyard to the right, where the monkey was looking for food, is where hundreds of years ago many people had a village with a school. A whole community was there, and we just happened to run into this monkey on the way back on the tracks, all by himself, with no family, just him looking for food, just grabbing stuff off the bush. And he let us follow him for a little bit, and then we let him go on his way. So okay, we finished. We went up at 6:15, 6:30 this morning, and we're just getting back at just after 4. So We both made it to the top. Had a lot of fun. Slipped a lot, but the weather was so great. Couldn't ask for anything more. Yeah. What do you think? It's good? Yeah. Great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
All right, guys. See you later.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, okay.